Listen, tell me about the training out of the pool. So you're in the pool, you've got it down to about 2 kilometers. You're in, you're doing exactly what you need. You've got it all periodized. What about outside of the pool? What are you doing there?
Okay, that's another good question. So we're talking about right now, COVID period. Everybody's just working out at home. I've had to change a lot of stuff since COVID happened and working at home. So I once again had to really dig and do a lot of research, but there was nothing much that was out there. So I kind of had to develop something on my own. And I don't mind sharing this at all, actually. I did, there was no pool. There was no
Okay.
access to pool for the longest time ever in Malaysia. We never opened up swimming pool for like a year and a half
Mm,
before pools were really open. Otherwise it was like open but with SOP, and then pools didn't want to open, and then restrictions, and we were one
hmm
of the last ones to open. So what I had to do was try to simulate swimming on land. And um, traditionally we would do stretch cords. Are you
hmm
familiar? So there's
Yep.
these bands that you just kind of pull on it,
hmm
and you try to work high elbow, try to work on finishing of your stroke.
hmm
But I thought that, okay, yeah, this is good, but it does not really simulate swimming. So if you're working weights in the weight room, um, the weight is constant, right?
hmm
Like whatever, how many weights, the weight is constant. You're pulling on something like lat pull
Right.
down. That the weight is constant. But if you're on a band, it gets heavier toward the end.
Right.
Which is kind of similar in swimming, because you accelerate in your pull. So I figured that's not enough, because I have to introduce something else, another variable that simulates more. So I go on something a little bit more specific, and go more swim specific. So then I introduce uh, instability into
hmm
it.
hmm
So then I stand on a little thing that's wobbly. Uh,
Like a
People use it
booster
in
ball or
yoga.
something?
A Bosu ball is larger, so
Right.
it's actually more stable. So it's something smaller.
Mm.
So I started standing on that. So it's unstable, because in the water, the water is going to push us in all directions, and our core is going to stay strong to stay really stable. So I stood on that and did my quads, and then I progressed to doing standing on that on the cord, single legged. So
Wow.
then it's even more unstable, and you have to have strong focus, strong concentration. And then I added one step further. I know you're thinking about.
What would you do after that? You're only on one leg now.
So one leg, of course, I bend my body down, so the other leg is at
hmm
the back. So body's in the T, and I'm pulling on the cords.
Right.
I inserted a tempo trainer. So
Uh,
that thing that
yep.
beeps. So I watch all my videos, and I match every event's tempo,
Wow.
and I then have it down to, okay, so if I want to work my 100 free, this is how I should be moving my arms. This is the
Wow.
beat. I gotta move it according
Mm.
to that, and I did that. So then I work the chords, heavier resistance, lighter resistance. So if say on that day I'm trying to simulate training for the 100 free, then I'll stand closer. If it's 50 free, I'll stand further back, like heavy resistance. And then I try to work the cord doing kick. It didn't work so well with the kick, but just a whole bunch of swim specific exercises. If it's push up, I'll try to do push up, and then with a freestyle. If it's plank, then there's you plank, and you try to plank single arm and put one arm up and try to hold a catch. Um,
Yep.
and so in my training, there's a lot of explosivity,
hmm
just because uh, I don't compete in 200 events. It's 50 and 100. There needs to be a whole lot of explosiveness. So a lot of jumps, a lot of uh, upper body explosive push-up stuff.
Wow.
Yeah,
Do
it's.
you have any of this kind of put up on your Instagram or anything?
I had a little bit of it, not
Okay.
a whole lot, but I had a little bit of it on my Instagram.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I'd like to check it out. I'm sure there'll be other people that want to see some of this stuff because it's very interesting.